Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft Spigot Server tutorial. Today guys we're going to go over allocating more RAM to your Minecraft server. You used to be able to do this via the Java arguments text file located in older servers that ran on Java 8. But nowadays there's no way of doing that without a start.bat file, which is I'm going to show you how to set up today. First thing you want to do is go to your Spigot server. I'll be using the one from the previous tutorial. You want to open up your Spigot server, and next up you're going to want to hit on View. Under View you're going to want to click Show and enable file name extensions. This is important as it will allow us to change our .text file we're going to create into a .bat file, which is needed to be able to run the server with more RAM. So make sure you check this on, and then you can go back to your standard server directory. What we then want to do is we want to right click New, and click Text Document. You're going to then highlight the whole text document and hit backspace. We want to name our bat file start in lowercase, S-T-A-R-T, followed up by .bat, and hit enter. If you change a file extension, this file might become unusable. Are you sure you want to change it? In this case we do, but do be careful if you're editing other files, as they might not support the new extension. Our file is empty, so we're going to set it to a .bat file. Now to edit this .bat file, you have to right click and hit Edit in Notepad. Now, we have our start.bat file open, and the next part of this is to actually set up the line of code we have to use to be able to alter the Java argument during the server boot process. Now, I hate it when I'm watching tutorials and they tell you to do something and don't include a copy and paste option in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part in the description, so I suggest you go down there and copy it. What we're going to do is we're going to paste in code I wrote earlier. So this is just setting the Java argument for the version of Java we will be launching. Now this isn't perfect and we actually have to edit it to meet our specific server requirements, and this will be different depending on what version of server you're running and how much RAM you want to allocate to the server. Please take note, this is allocating the maximum amount of RAM that the server will use, and if you see less than max usage while the server is running, that is pretty normal. So to edit the max amount of RAM dedicated to your server, you want to change this number here in front of the G. Now, I recommend using anywhere between 8 to 10 gigs. Anything above that can sometimes cause issues on larger servers, and anything below that doesn't really give the server enough RAM to be able to run at its maximum capacity. So we're going to change this to an 8, and that's setting the max RAM usage to 8 gigs, and we'll be able to check that later in a second. Next, you see here this, in brackets, SpigotVersionHere. What we need to do here is we actually need to type in what shows up on the Java file we use to boot our server. So in this case, my server is booting with spigot-1.21.jar. Now the .jar is already here, so what we're going to do is we're just going to delete out this Spigot version, and we're going to type in our Spigot version here. So in my case, it's spigot-1.21.jar. And that's all you have to do, guys. Now you can save this. Once you've named it to your Java version and set your RAM, you can save this, exit out of your start.bat, and then run it. Now, when this runs, you'll have a command prompt come up. This is the preload section of your server, and you can also use this to check if there's any specific reason why your server is crashing. Now, what we're going to do is we are actually just going to minimize this because we don't need it, but we do want to keep our server GUI open, which is this one right here. Now, how we can check if the maximum amount of RAM that we've set actually took effect is you can type TPS into your server console. TPS shows your ticks per second, which is how fast your game is running, and you always want this to be in the realm of 20 TPS, which is seen here. and this will tell you the TPS from the previous minute, previous 5 minutes, and previous 15 minutes. Note, if your TPS decreases drastically, you will have issues with eating in your game, as well as various other problems. Here, under current memory usage, we can see the current memory our server is using, only about 170 to 360 megabytes. As you can see up here too, we can see 202 megabytes being used. And we can see that our maximum allocated memory is 8,192 megabytes. Now, that might sound different to what we actually put into our start.bat, but because of how computers allocate and recognize memory, 8 gig is 1,024 megabytes. So for every gigabyte you allocate, 1,024 megabytes is added. But yeah, that's all you need to do to be able to allocate more RAM to your Minecraft server. This also works on vanilla servers that are running Java 21 and 22. And in the next video, guys, I'll be showing you how to set it up so that your server will automatically restart in the event that it crashes or unexpectedly closes, while also having the extended RAM for your Java. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.